Oh, baby, you got what I need. Say he's just a friend. Say he's just his friend. Boom. Alright. Usually I get set up and then I get on, get a lobby going, get a match, and then I start broadcasting. That was something I started doing, and then I was just like, not necessarily. I like to hear myself talk, and some of y'all probably like to hear me talk too. Like, you know what? And then I'll just continue to, from here on out, adhere to, being one of the first to watch my own broadcast and make sure I pin that comment from me saying with a timestamp when the action begins, because usually it's about a 30, 45. Sometimes the longest one I ever had was an hour window. And then I've had some other wickedly long delays, but it's, I don't beat myself up for that. Like, I'm not like, oh yay, but like, I look at it and I'm like, well, there's really rightly nothing I can really do. Life is life, and you know naturally, being on the broadcast, to an extent, I am home, right? So I have to adhere to the responsibilities of home as a priority over a broadcast, and sometimes crap like that happens. Now, to that extent, like, one thing I did tell myself is like, all right, S happens, but at some point, it should have dawned on me, and now it is something that I keep in the back of my mind. Like, actually, recently, I closed down a broadcast, because I had to step away. Um, Home based, priority responsibilities come up, and you have to prioritize that over the broadcast. So, and then I came down here and I closed down the broadcast, and then when I came back, I started it up again. There's, you know, catch on to that. Or no, 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 that's not the way of it. It ran, nothing happening. And then when I came down, like, once I got everything straightened out and taken care of, I came down here and I was like, oh man, the broadcast. So I stopped it. But that's fine, because like that video, like, you'll watch like an hour's worth of a broadcast of Ace Combat aerial phenomenon, and then you'll be like, oh, okay, it's basically it. It's over. Everyone gets that fun at swiping through AFK nonsense. Do 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 do. Ace Combat. I know we're down to 2 special weapon builds, 3 special weapon builds, and yeah, I'm keeping the TGM. It's official. I changed my mind. I'm not changing my point. I still, yes, it looks like a Hornet, but actually, that's not entirely true. That's not entirely true. You know what? I'm gonna hold my comment for now, and what I am gonna say is, indubitably, we are retracting our former statement of the F14, the FA18 ETGM, because in the past, with very little experience of flying it, I've said I don't, recognize it as properly one of the Hornets in the game, because I presumed it a reskinned Sukhoi with, the Hornet present, right? So, sorry, pardon me. So anyhow, like, going through it and looking. Hold on a second. Yeah, just make sure I ain't talking in no muted mics now. But anyhow, Haven't flown it. It does have the characteristics of a Hornet. I was mistaken. This plane does in fact have the flight characteristics of a Hornet. Interesting. How do I... Oh, there we go. Couldn't find it. I got lost. Oh, hey. And real quick, your friendly reminder, please like, share, subscribe. If you're not already subscribed, turn the bell notification on. If you don't already have the bell notification on, it helps. It goes a long way. You know, you got 100 million notifications popping up. Why can't I be one of your annoying notifications popping up? You like watching airplanes, don't you? That being said, the Fate-18E TGM actually does have the behaviorals of a Hornet. I retract and disagree with having said it's a reskinned Sukhoi. It is not. It is actually an FA-18E recoded to be able to full stall with, I would say, probably somewheres around minimal 80% improvement across speed, acceleration, low stall maneuverability, and let's just say it's a Super Hornet and a half. Okay. Well, no, I would say that for the Block 3. I would say the Block 3 is a Super Hornet and a half. Oh, that's cool. Now, while I don't necessarily dog on the hold on, let's see if can I get a, oh, that's as close as I can get though. We're not gonna be able to get a, yeah, that's unfortunate. Anyhow, I wish you could just hold this angle. I guess I could do it like this, just straight up manhandle it. Anyhow, yeah, what the hell? Forgot what I was saying. Ultimately, Fate-18E TGM, she gets a pass on my list. I don't think she's super powerful, overpowered. The the most accurate way to describe what is the Fate-18E TGM when in comparison to the E is it's comically fun and accurate to say it's a double Super Hornet, like it's a super Hornet. That's pretty accurate. And it's also pretty accurate to say that the Block 3 is a super and a half Hornet. You know, because it's, I would say, quite evidently superior to the E and the F, while the ETGM is obviously superior to the Block 3. So, it might even be fair to call the TGM a super Hornet. That being said, just looking at the stats right here, not much of an improvement to speed, though there is a bit of a jump to the speed. You know, I've always verbally just have declared the F-35 as being a superior Hornet in this game because it has a lot of the same behavioral characteristics. However, Where the F-35 stands out to the F-A-18, where I would declare the F-35 to be the superior fighter, is that the F-35 has control. I have a lot higher percent gun kill with this platform than I do with the F and the E, the same, respectively. Granted, I see that when you go between the two, and these have the exact same parts, so nothing is, if you look at the darker or the true blue and not the green extensions of the lines, you can see that the E has a superior air-to-ground radar, and the F has a superior air-to-air radar. However, the superiority of the air-to-ground radar of the E is quite visibly meaningful compared to the F, whereas the superiority of the F to the E, while it is evidently visible, it is not as drastic. And I think I could agree with there being a visible difference here, because it's my own personal theory that planes that have a Rio or a Wizzo or a backseater, let's say, seem to have better missiles. I don't know, like, it seems like they have better homing for their ordnance. That's my feelings on it. When I am in the E model, I enjoy it. I have a lot of fun. But when I'm in the F model, things like loopers happen a lot. A lot. And I mean, at this point, see, early on when I was questioning this, it would have been fair to say, well, hold on, Arc, you got to have a control subs, a control group, your range and your median, your mode, right? You got to have everything. You can't just like go off on a whim here. But I've been flying these planes now. Both of these have in excess of 1,000 sorties, right? F-18F and F-18E respectively have in excess of 1,000 sorties per airframe. Okay. The F-35, I have in excess of 2,000 sorties. All right. I don't want to come off as arrogant or whatever, or cocky, or that's not the jive here. It's real simple. I think it's fair for me to claim that I know what I'm talking about when it comes to these planes and how they handle. I truly, in my experience between the E and the F, I don't think it's safe to say, oh, it's a coin toss per chance. I've been flying them a lot now. And yeah, I'm going to tell you, the probability happening of loopers with the F-18F versus the F-18E is absolutely evident. Yes, I get loopers with the E. I get loopers with just about anything, really. However, the F just seems to have a higher percent chance of accuracy. I don't know. I do know. I'm saying what I'm saying. It's my game sense is that the F has a higher percent chance of looper accuracy than the E. I think the F's missiles, let's say the missiles have like a homing stage to them. 1 second into the missile launches. The first second is missile launch, airborne missile. Let's say it's like stage 1 homing, but then it gets to the next level. It's now gaining its speed, right? It's going to be at like, say, stage 2 of homing. But then when it gets to the third final stage, it has hit full velocity and it is on trajectory for its target. That missile is now at homing 3, right? That's when it's going to be the most sharpest. But maybe 3 seconds down, you know, the line, the missile reduces back down to homing 2 and then homing 1. Maybe. And maybe, just maybe, you know, one of the benefits, maybe it's spoken or unspoken, of planes with a backseater is I think that they have better loopers. I mean, case in point, actually, uh, one of my closest wingmen, as you guys know, Jay, he flies the Sukhois, right? The MiGs. That's his. He likes the Russian planes, and I understand why. Like they're really not like just like being completely open about it. Like I think just about every jet fighter is extraordinarily attractive. There, I don't really think there's much or very many ugly ones, and there are a few, but they're incredibly dated, and for their time, were super cool then. So it's one of those things, man, where it's like I don't really think there's an ugly airframe. Um, I like the Hornets and I like the F-35, and to be honest, why do I draw to them? Why do I lean on them? Why do I like them? I don't know, I just like them. I guess it's for what they stand for, and for just they're cool. They're fucking cool, man. Look at that thing. I mean, it's a missile in an armpit there, but yeah. Anyhow, it's I don't know. And as a design like feature, I think the Super Hornet is actually a tremendously good looking plane. I would argue that I like the Legacy Hornet a little bit more than the Super Hornet. There are subtle design features that change between the original Super Hornet and then obviously the following gens to come. There's minor differences, but going from Legacy to Super Hornet, there's a major difference. Well, I mean, it's major when you know it, I guess, but I mean, if you didn't know it, it would be minor. If you saw it for the first time, you'd be like, oh yeah, I see that now. So I guess it wouldn't be major, but it is major because of the technological result that comes from it. But it was a good looking skin, man. General Resource Ltd. And would we nickname this plane the Seagull? I think it's a clever name. I might just start flying with the Quams. Just say screw it. Cost 50 points more in my fights. Yo, my Sidewinders and Quams have the same heads, but forgive me for improper terminology, wings of the missile here are elongated, and the Quams are not. They're a nice, smooth sort of arrowhead by comparison to the Sidewinder. But they have the same. Oop, they have the same head attachment as the Quam. I mean, they're literally the same. Oh, wait, nope. I see the difference now. They have the same connection, but the heads are different. By a long shot, the heads are different. Not just the fins are different, but it goes from that sort of matte blackish gray to that true black to, we'll call it pearl, into nickel. Okay, this one is a lot darker and goes straight to a chrome tip. So okay, there is a difference. Yo, the sidewinders look fierce, man. Now that I'm like noticing that little detail. We're not flying with the clamps on our wings. No, that's just not happening. We like the LASMs. LASMs are for me. Alright. I gotta grab two things. One, a bottle of water, because I have none. And two, what was it? What I had to grab? It was important. Oh, my dashboard. I gotta get my dashboard, and I gotta get my, what I had to grab? It's my dashboard, and I had to grab, I had to grab my dashboard, and what was the other thing I had to grab? Holy moly. I'm gonna trip over a sandbag when I get out of this chair. Or at least I'll blame it on the sandbag. Bottle of water. Bottle of water and my dashboard. And when I remembered the bottle of water, I did think for a moment, maybe I should turn around and be like, oh yeah, that's right, my bottle of water and my bottle of water and my... But I wasn't going to do that. So my bottle of water and my dashboard, so we'll be right back. Man, I ran up there and I grabbed my, first thing I grabbed was the bottle of water. And the next thing I go to grab is my dashboard. And then as I do that, I hear beep. And I know the sound, it's the microwave in the kitchen. I'm like, what the hell? So I open the microwave, I got syrup in there. And then I turn around, I'm like, oh yeah, I had fried up myself some pancakes. They're delicious. Pancakes, man. Admit it, Ricky Booby. You like crepes, you know? Sorry for the terrible impersonation there, but yeah. Yeah, Ricky. They're like a thin pancake. I had some this morning. They're not bad. Airplanes. Lots of airplanes. Like you can see how like the F stats are improved only by a percentage, and the F is improved ever so slightly to the Block 3 for air to air. It might not be visible on broadcast, but right here, I'm telling you right now, I see it. It jumps up and down. But the same with the F-35, and if you look, this is why I say the F-35 is top tier for me. Peeping on mobility and speed, mobility, stability. Mostly mobility, stability, and then of course your defensive nature is there too, but the things that are affecting your flight are speed, mobility, stability. That's why I'm saying to focus on those and not worry about those down there. So, from the F to the Block 3, you get a minor speed boost and a huge jump to mobility and stability. And that is true. My gun accuracy and gun kills per match are a lot higher with the Block 3. Oh, excuse me. Then when you go to the F 35 takes that even further, giving you the same incline from F to Block 3 to 35 continues with mobility stability. However, the difference is that you lose speed. I'm seeing that now. And I guess that's true. The Block 3 feels a little bit quicker than the 35. I would agree with that, yeah. That seems accurate. Now, does that mean I prefer the Block 3? No, I prefer the F-35. Honestly, I think the F-35 should be in 2500 at max build capability. If the plane were built in this game to be a representation of its actual air supremacy, then it wouldn't be allowed to be in 2500 or less. But because they basically made it a stealth Hornet, that would be the best way I could put it is it's a stealth Hornet with a lot more control. And I'll just visually demonstrate that once more. We'll bring the F-18F up to the F-35 here. The F-35 is faster, and you get a huge jump to mobility and stability. I mean, huge, like ridiculously huge. And then that jump in air-to-air is actually massively substantial. And then when you look at the F-35 to the Block 3, still a substantial improvement. And especially with air-to-air, that's crazy. But like any wise gamer or informer in this case, I would say never trust the bars. Ever. There's never been a video game where I trusted the bars. They're more like guidelines anyways, you could say. Yeah, I don't really much put my trust in them. However, to the extent of giving me I do typically I will go by a 3 or 4 tier system. So the FA-18F is in tier 2, right? And then when you get to the Block 3, you jump right up to tier 3. You go right over that threshold. And then the F-35, same thing. Tier 3, and because of the air-to-air, it's the air-to-air stat bar. That's what gives it the 30 points over. They would have to take 30 points out of air-to-air to make this a 2500 plane. And that would be the problem with doing that. But what I'm saying is don't do that. Do it the better way. Just slash the total cost and just bring it down. Keep the plane as powerful as it is. Like, it should be honestly more powerful, but whatever. Whatever, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. There we go. Greetings. Nice to meet you. Dude literally came into my lobby to go into his hangar, to come out of his hangar, and then leave. All right. So there's this thing that I've been working on, and what's funny is like Will kind of does the same thing. My buddy Will, DJ in the chat, and a couple times now in this past week, he did it, and I thought it was great because it's like I've been focusing on things like that, and it's like having like a well, anyways, I just got distracted by the lines on the screen there, but lines on the screen. Yeah. Nah, for real, I got distracted by that burp. It was stuck there, man. I wasn't having no conversation until that thing was out of the way. Obstruction cleared. That being said, yeah, I was the other way to look at that is like that guy probably was wondering why didn't I start the match, and I'm over here looking at it like, oh, let me wait for him to get out the hangar. You gotta have many minds about many things when it comes to that. Chances are, I truly doubt he joined the lobby to go into his hangar, to leave his hangar, to leave the lobby. He probably joined, hopped in the lobby, the hangar. Probably, who knows what he's doing in there. Not very much you can do. But, yeah, chances are he was just wondering why. Oh, there's fucking... There he is. The ceiling. Oh, got him. Big brain. Big fucking brains. Cranial matter overload. Unstoppable. Godlike. Rampage. Remember when games used to call that shit out? Game I used to play back in the earlier 2000s on the computer there. It's Wolfenstein, and there was a port you could go online and you could play online. And it was like, I think it was like 30 verse 30 or 40 verse 40. I can't remember now. But it would be obviously Americans versus Nazis, and you got Thompson's M1 Grands, the M1903 sniper, and obviously the Colt 1911. And yeah, no, that's actually 4 letters that actually are an acronym. And knowing what that translates to is actually pretty eye-opening in itself. That's why, dude, everything that's going on politically in our world right now makes no sense to me. Mm. Mm-hmm. That's for sure. No, they make applied knowledges like that almost a commodity nowadays. Like I went to school and learned all this shit for no reason, only for them to like now be like, "Oh, it doesn't matter. We don't need no, don't tell them the real history. No, 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 don't tell it. That's misinformation. What are you talking about? I spent my whole fucking childhood learning this shit. Now you want to say that didn't happen that way? Exactly. And then Green Day. Did you see Green Day? What a fucking clown, dude. That whole band. Yo, when they dropped the song American Idiot, that was the last time I ever listened to Green Day again. Oh my god, yeah. Dude, and then for them to come back and then do their tour, their plan, and like now the lyrics are, I don't want to be a MAGA idiot. Like, that is, like, dude, take your washed up old ass, mothball, seep, like, dude, nah, alright, I'm not gonna sit here and insult the guy, but like, nah, he's wrong for that. And what a fucking loser, man. What a loser. Because you know what? If he really believed in the original song he wrote, he wouldn't have done that. He like he wouldn't change the lyrics at all. He would literally like he would be MAGA. I mean, what the fuck, man? What I mean, what could be more? I don't know. That is the most horrible thing I've ever heard. When you just no, but like honestly, like I just want to say that myself out loud. Now hold on a second. You said if you're young and not a liberal, you have no heart, and if you're old and not a conservative, you're dumb. That's not a joke. No, it's not. It's the truth. I mean, it was a joke on SNL Comedy Central back in 2012. It's the truth now, though. That ain't what I read recently. Turns out people in the age range of mid 20s to mid 30s are apparently like super red. Well, before you finish that thought, let me say this. Let me say this before you finish that thought, because I was thinking about this earlier yesterday, and it's like, you know what? Every decade age gap has a blue-haired son of a bitch. You will find a 50-year-old blue-haired son of a bitch. That's not exclusive to like high school, college kids. Like, you don't need to be young to be dumb. You can literally just continue to be dumb throughout your life. And what I'm saying with that, what I'm saying with that is like overwhelmingly, what's wild is that a lot of people that are in their 30s tend to lean more towards being red, and it's only getting bigger. Is he a is he a steer or a queer? Wow, I'm gonna tell him you said that. Be like, yo, Will Jr., guess what? Guess what Will Sr. said? Fuck you. I'm the couch. Obama absolutely is a race baiter. Still is. I follow him on X. He's still out there baiting. Oh my gosh. He doesn't stop, dude. He doesn't stop. Excuse me. Oh, he did say that. I remember that. And you know what's funny is like, it's like, what you just said is like, we had 8 years of a black president, and then you checked yourself and you said, or Indonesian or whatever. And I just want to point out, it isn't your white folk who say that either. It's your black folk that point that shit out. It's your black folk that point out, oh, he's not black enough. Like, I, I mean, listen, I'm a real human being that exists in the real world, and I have conversations with real human beings, and they're from all walks of life, and never have I ever heard another white dude say to me, like, and I know I shouldn't say another white dude. I'm not even, like, to call myself white would be stupid and a part of the problem, but, for the argument's sake of it, dude, nobody says that shit. Nobody. Nobody. And when you go out there and you talk to people, and the more you talk to people, more and more you find, like, people don't really get down with the whole mask and vax, like, that whole wokeism and LeBron James like minded thinking people, and people that just want to spout misogyny and bigotry at every little thing that comes their way, like, that's their defense. Misogynist, bigot, like, immediately everybody becomes a victim. Okay, that's really what it comes down to. It's victimization, it's victimism. You can call it racism, you can call it bigotry, but whatever you want. But the generalization of it is that it's everyone has been conditioned and disciplined by our education system to be a victim. Okay? Resourced. Right. It's terrible. You want to know what's... Yeah. Oh, I believe it. I believe it. You ever seen the movie Kung Pao Enter the Fist, The Tongue of Fury? Okay, there you go. That's a redub of the true story if you've never seen one. Yeah, oh, of course. Like, I have no doubts about that whatsoever.
Oh, Betty. Who are you, the leader of the Dark Nipple people?
Wee wee wee. Chosen one. I'm coming.
Chosen one.
I'm coming. Rub it in my hair. I like the scene when he was like training to rip off the things on the nipples with his bare hands, and like she was like oiling and like caring for his beaten and battered fingers and hands, and like his hands were like covered in whatever shit she put on there, and she's like, rub it in my hair, and he just like starts brushing her hair. It's like, what? Oh, chosen one.
Betty. Betty.
God damn it, we're gonna be doing that all day now. I can make room for you if you want. If you want to get in here, I got a full house. Oh, they all do. It's FUHQ. It's the fuck you club. I got some news for you about that plane. After flying it last night, I had a little bit of an eye opener about it. It is most definitely. You know how I've always said like, oh, I don't view the TGM 18E as a Hornet because it doesn't fly like them. It's more like a Sukhoi. All right. Yeah. Well, after flying it, I have to completely disagree with that because it feels just like the Hornet. It wants to move just like a Hornet, but it wants to post stall like a Sukhoi. So I don't. They basically took a Super Hornet and gave it more speed, more mobility, more control, and with a full post stall. Yeah, right. The F-35 is not fair though because, and I know this because I follow that shit religiously. Dude, they fly the F-35 at literal sub temperatures on a daily. The Navy chose the F-35 because it's a far better all-terrain platform than the Super Hornet is. The Super Hornet isn't prone to the weather. It's built for the weather. The whole point of it was to land on an aircraft carrier. The whole point of it is to land with abrupt, horrendous oceans and storms and wind and crosswind and triple crosswind and a surprise crosswind, and you can't see out of your window. It's nighttime and it's raining, torrential downpour, and you're moving at 300 fucking ace speeds, and you're trying to land on a deck by pure instrumentation. Yeah, I'm sorry. My Hornet should not be icing in this game like it is. I think that's a bunch of bullshit. Is there something wrong with my airplane? My F-35, but something feels off. I, no. No, I would pick up on. No, something's weird. I'm wondering if I stripped some parts off of this and was messing around and then like accidentally saved it. A little bit. A lot of bit. What are you talking about? Copy. Oh, dude, that is such a clip moment. I turned around on this guy that was coming in to volley me, hit him with 2 missiles that weren't enough to kill him, but the gun burst did. Right after the missiles. It was like Maverick timing, dude. Like Top Gun movie material timing. Definitely worth like, subscribing, and sharing. I'll tell you that much. I'm having a blast with the F-35, man. This is my favorite plane in the game. I was looking at my data last night before I got off with you Chads, and I'm like looking at it. I'm like, holy shit, dude! I almost have 3,000 sorties in the F-35, and my two 18s combined with 1,000 plus don't even compare. Like, how's that? You know what I mean? How's that for data, living data? Now, granted, I think airplanes are much like Harry Potter wants, and you know the airplane picks the pilot. The pilot doesn't pick the airplane. Yeah, but there's one plane that you are your most scariest in. That is your plane. That is that. Nah, nah. Like for a case in point, like when Jay pulls out like now, when it's unlimited, it's a different conversation, but predominantly flying 2500, like when Jay flies the Su-47, I think that's his scariest plane. And I don't think he realizes that. I think he thinks his 37 is better, but well, see, all right, now this is why, and this is why, because he's chasing you, he's fighting me. And I don't mean that jerkishly. Just I'm when 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 Jay when Jay and I are like when Jay and I fight, like it's a cockfight. Like we are both trying to kill each other. So it's a real fight. Like we're it's like pound for pound, right? So like I don't think people realize how amazing our fights are. Like those viewers are missing out on those fights, dude. Like and you've gotten a lot better now. I've seen you've been more daring with the joust and your postalls are actually quite quite terrific. And yeah, man. He does, and that's why yeah. Yes, he does. You were right there. He hits. He, did he hit you with that? Did he hit you with? You were right there. You flew right out in front of me. Like that's why he does it. That's why he does it. I'm telling you, it's the reverse psychology. He thinks that shit's funny, man. I'm not buying that no more. I'm gonna just start flying now, and if you're there, you're there. That's it. Hmm. Nah, I don't do that. You could, but like but that's a path. That's a path that you're just gonna, ruin potential relationships. Like, yeah, yeah. So what happened was, dude, I crashed right in the beginning of a team deathmatch. I crashed. You have to watch the broadcast to get the context. It's not what you think. It's not like making head toward approach and I clipped the mountain crash. It's I vectored off away from combat to spray my guns onto the village people down below, and I body flopped the beach there. That's right, man. Their island powers defeated the F-35. All right. Anyways, I don't think you gave me a straight answer. What's your favorite airplane in this game right now? Like right now, what's your favorite one? Come on, man. Say that one more time. Your what is? Very nice. Hey, that's impressive, man. Yeah, mine's climbing too. I think it just passed my E. But that's not fair either because I've been playing my F a lot more than the E, and I played it with a lower score while also playing it at a later, better tier of myself. But dude, I watched my first broadcast on YouTube from 7 months ago. I would destroy myself right now. I was watching and I was actually like enjoying watching because I was like, holy crap, dude! Like, look how much I was like critiquing myself, like, yo, this like my. What plane is that? How many stories you got? Nice. That's a respectable amount. I think 1,000 sorties on an aircraft gives a person the right to speak about it. You know, I think that's actually really is good, man. I was super proud very recently. I myself landed 1,000 sorties with the F-18E. I'm sorry, the F-18F. So that was not too long ago. I'm currently at with the F-18F 1,084 sorties. Yeah. So I just broke a K with that. Yep. The F-18E is coming in at 1,219. Hey, I'm gonna send you an invite, dude. You'll be all right. But now you said that, ah, damn, there's no room in this lobby anymore. No, I have a lobby that I've been rolling, and it's just been maxed out the whole time, and yeah, yeah, no, I got right on. I was just kind of BSing, and like next thing I knew, I had a full blown lobby. So faux show, yo. But that smack you was saying the other day, I'm not with that. big dog. Yeah, you know. Yeah. Oh, it's funny now, huh? Oh, now it's even more funny. Oh, for sure. Belittle my life.
Son of a bitch! If she floats, it's a witch.
Right? Is that how it goes? Floats as a witch, sinks as a... Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Ban the witch. Ah, dude, 438 is killing my wingman. I gotta get in here and get him. Yeah. Beast mode. Ever since I started flying the F-35 in Block 3 again, my gun kills have improved greatly per match. That, dude, I've never had so many gun kills in a match with the F-15 than I have with the F-15. Dude, I had so many gun kills. Like, most of my kills were actually because of the guns. Simple. You can be, yeah, you could be straight up full acceleration and just simple taps of the gas will like ever so slightly adjust you to right on them, 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 right on them. Yep, a lot of that actually, I found. Yeah, that's good, dude. Yeah. I remember actually it wasn't too long ago. I had about the same gun kills as I had 4 AMs. I now have 3,000. I have 1,194 AMs. I now have 3,200 1,194 AM kills. I haven't been playing special weapons at all, dude. And honestly, I hardly do. And just even in big picture terms, 2,559. 3,246. And that's 2,000 easily, I would say, is from like this year. Saying that out loud sounded really stupid. Like obviously I played all year, but like my point is like the brunt of that started really coming in like 2,000 of those like towards the end of this year, really. Because I was still dicey on guns, if you remember the dude, I was watching the broadcast of 7 months ago. I could barely touch people with guns. Yeah, that's right. Who? Uh, I intend to start playing a little bit more with special weapons, but I'm I'm gonna do that on like for example like last night when we basically were filling up our own lobby. Like that would have been the perfect time to host special weapons because everybody there is just having fun. Like, dude, I really like My thing about special weapons is once the fucking UAVs, once the laser beams, once all that shit starts flying, I'm done. I don't want to play. I don't want to play. I think that's some real like It's not even fun. It's not funny. I've done it before. I've tried it time and time again, and every time I come back with the same conclusion. You have to be a real son of a bitch to go ahead and think it's okay to ruin everybody else's fun with that nonsense. It doesn't belong in the game, dude. It really doesn't. I mean that sincerely. It's actually that weapon is like maybe they could have give it like cut the reload time or no, leave the reload time the same, but maybe cut the damage in half. Like my goodness. What are you talking about? Oh. Fucking twirlies on me, man. I know he's on me. I got the 430 guy or 480, whatever his name is, and I got Twirly. 438 and Twirly on the opposing team. And I got I got the two-piece McNugget. We can do this, but it's going to be rough. Dude, this is... I don't even want to play. That's annoying. That's annoying. I gotta deal with it, though. It's my lobby. Real nice fucking skill-based matchmaking that is. Alright. fucking got our asses beat, man. Thanks, Ace. Thanks for giving me the 2 guys to start playing today. Thanks. Couldn't even do anything, man. Wow. Look at them go, man. Big old zeros on the board. What'd they do? Dead stick? Mm-mm-mm. Still, no excuses. Yo, Will, you there? Will. William. William. Will. Don't make me call you by your birth name, bastard. Hello. Why do you sound like you just ran from the police, man? How much you want to bet they probably drive around with them for a little bit and then drop them off? How does it make you feel? Do you wear your red hat? Do you wear your MAGA hat? Would would you? Right out, right out in your town. That's crazy. Hmm. Did you have friends from Bulgaria? Oh well, then there's one. You said from everywhere, and I just named one that wasn't a part of that everywhere, there, buddy. You got any final generation friends of Prussia? Do you think there's anybody still alive today that would have existed inside of once was Prussia? Or is that generation all gone? That's all gone, right? They had to be. Yeah. Just want to get my screenshot, and this fucking dude keeps shooting me. Don't kill him. Damn it. Yeah. He's AFK, but I want to get my screenshot. But fucking Twirly's throwing missiles at me, and then somebody blows them up, and it's like, you know what? Everybody's just a big jerk. Come here, Twirly. Looks like the apocalypse out here. No lie. Look at that. Look at all the... He's flying straight. Let me get that screenshot with him. Or I'll sit right behind him and see if my own missiles hit me. Get a self-kill. He's getting shot down. Come on. I was right there too. I just had to break up on the air speed and then just autopilot right in. Yeah, 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 yep, yep. That's crazy stuff, huh? What Jay said to you yesterday? He confessed his true, intimate, passionate love for you? You don't remember? Alright, now I can get my screenshot. Bam. Alright. Right. Stop! Why? Come on. I got one snap. damn, dude. Ah. Pissing all over the pictures. Pissing all over the Kodak moments of Ace. Brought to you by Alpha 1, Alpha 2. And Bravo 1. And I know you blew that dude up before the first time. Yeah, you did, you little bastard. Oh, let me just shoot the guy floating next to Ark. Bullshit. You're a very smart, bright young man. Don't you fucking bullshit a bullshitter. No excuses. You said fuck your picture, Ark, and you shot those missiles. Don't you lie to me. That's not true. You saw two straight flying bandits, one friendly, one foe, and you said, fuck your Kodak moment, Ark. Don't you think for 1 second I don't see through it. Oh boy. You guys are gonna have a nice, fun, easy win. No. No, it's not that. I have two absolute... I got a two-piece McNugget surprise over here for you, man. No. F-22. You guys won. That's it. Game over. GG. He's 10k per death. Period, end of story. And I already know he's gonna fly like a fucking great pilot. He's gonna fly like a great pilot, right? There. The new norm, the new nice. That was gross. That was gross, man. Was that you, Will? Why'd you say it like that? Were you... Did I disgust you? Are you disgusted, William? Sir William? Are you disgusted? Better not pout. You better not pout. You better not pout. You better not pout. Better not pout. Pout, pout. Pout, pout. You're pouting and I heard it. So that means I know when you're awake. Man, they couldn't even give us like a Rudolph skin or something. Yeah, it curved right around with me. Really crazy missile. A, B, C, D, Will loves me. H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. That's how you deal with a little flying Dorito, ladies and gentlemen. I've gotten real good at countering. I've gotten real good at countering defensive measures like that. It's something I can boast. Like being able to like like I don't really chase as much as I used to anymore. Like now I'll take like counter turns, offset the circles, like that sort of thing, but on a much more drastic way and in a way that's actually very efficient. And in some situations I find I don't have to turn as much. They do all the turning for me. I just fly straight. So close to me, no target. Raphael is doomed. That was ballsy. That was ballsy. I'll give you that. That was a ballsy move. Yeah, because Ark decided to think about his team. Left you, blew up your two little fucking wingmen. They were aces, bro. Let me tell you, it wasn't easy. I had to look at them and pull the trigger. All right, I want you to know that. Your wingman F-35 pilot is the savior of my team. Thanks to the absurd cost of the F-35, I secured a kill on him, and so we won. Nice. What I'm gonna tell you is this: it costs about 2,530 to max load it, and anytime I was shooting him, I saw 10,200 or it was 10,000 plus. Okay, easy win, easy win. Yeah, the F-22 was on my team, and yeah, he cost more than the F-35, but for whatever reason, nobody was blowing him up. The F-22 is like a whole other like 200 points more than the F-35. Negative, I didn't look. No, I didn't bother looking. Anxious for an ass whooping, are you? Oh, I got the Tomcat. Yes. This guy's 2030. A Mirm Jam. A Merman. A Merm Jam. A Merm Jam. Wreck your behind. Oh, good. He's a good points mule for me. Have fun blowing up a Tomcat. I'm gonna have fun blowing up an F-35. See what I mean? Like, this is what I mean. Like, this is why I don't like unlimited. I don't make this stuff up, dude. Like, I didn't write the holy book of Ace. I just abide by it. And everybody says I'm a baby or whatever, that stuff they might gotta say for it, but fuck you, man. These are the reasons here. I I advocate in favor of imbalance. Come here, Mr. Wreck Your Behind. Let me show you why names like that are never, never the kind of name you want to go with. Oh, good twist. Well played, well played. It is. Sure is. Oh, damn. Alright. Oh, you should do it too then. Beezy dog. Peace. That's funny. Oh, man. Actually, you know what? It's like 2 hours of broadcast right there, man. I think I'm gonna take a little break, get a little chow on, get a little food. Mm-hmm. Obviously, something to drink. Just what am I gonna get to drink, though? I got options. We will be back. Last time I said that I wasn't back, though. I was gonna come back on in an hour the other night, their New Year's night. I got off, sat down, never got it up again. Fell right to sleep. Woke up good and ready for the next day, though, that's for sure. But on that note, I think it's a decent time. Take a break, cut it here. We'll be back, y'all. You know, you know how it is. Unconventional at our finest. Be easy, y'all. Like, share, and subscribe. Support the channel.